Hey, you got time for a beer? I know I do. Welcome to my show. It's Thursday. My name's Jake. You can find me on Untapped, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, all at tubajake_69. Tell me your stories. I like to hear them. I like to tell them. You might hear your story on here. I don't know. I haven't gotten a lot of stories recently, which is just fine, I guess. I like talking, so you can hear all about my stuff. The beer that I've got for you today is called 4 Elf Winter Warmer. It's by Dark Horse Brewing Company. They're out of Marshall. That's in Michigan here. That's what you got there. It says here that the style is a winter warmer. 4 Elf's holiday cheer in liquid form. Spicy aromas like cinnamon and clove help this dark brown winter warmer greet you with a proper holiday welcome. A balance of malt, hops, cinnamon, clove, nutmeg, honey, and brown sugar helps this beer pair well with all holiday foods, from sweet snacks to the roast beast. 8.75% ABV and 36 IBU. Pairs well with holiday parties, snowball fights, and roast beast. Holiday parties because it's heavy and it'll be super fun. Snowball fights because it's heavy and it'll try to keep you warmer. Roast beast because it sounds good. That's my guess. So we'll get this started. Okay, so it should be browner, which is good because that's how these are supposed to be. It's a winter warmer. Should be spicy, like lots of spices, not necessarily like hot, because some you get and they're hot, or some beers you get and they're hot. This should not be like that. Reminds me of a couple of beers that I've made before. Let's give this guy a shot. Smells cinnamony and clovey. Okay, so at first there's a bitter note to it, but it's a malt bitter, like dark malt, like a dark malt, like a black malt even, like a little bit burnt, but that's fine, because it tastes good with it. It pairs well with the cinnamon that's very heavy on here. There's a little bit of nutmeg in it, makes it taste pretty good too. It's nice, easy to drink. I like this beer. I'd have another, maybe not tonight, but later, for sure. Does this remind me of a beer? What one is that? The CEO Stout? No, it's the other one that looks like that, but it's not that. Like Fireside Chat, I want to say. I'm trying to remember which brewery made that one. I remember as a picture of FDR sitting in a chair on the art on the outside of the box. That's what I remember from that. Wow, that's all I got for those. That's pretty good. Does this remind me of a story? Okay, so I'd like to say that this reminds me of like winter doing something else. And it does a little bit, mostly just because my brother's birthday's coming up. And we went on a beer tasting. Really, we just went bar hopping around Royal Oak, and that was super fun. I hit Hopcat and a couple other places. It was a good time. Lots of friends, party bus, all that good stuff. It was fun. And then the next day we did our alcohol exchange, which was also super fun. I like doing those. Kind of miss them a little bit, but it's different now. Kids and being old and stuff like that. It's probably a terrible idea to go binge drinking on the weekends. And plus, I work weekends all the time, so would I get to? Probably, because I'd probably be like, I need that day off. And they'd be like, cool, you have to work right up to it and then past it. So good luck with that. But yeah, whatever. Does this remind me of a story? Actually, it's the brewery itself that reminds me of the story. I work for Meyer, and sometimes they send us places to open up new stores. To open this new store, I went to where is that? Down in the southwest corner of the state, someplace that I will think of, I'm sure. Big motorcycle rally, but that's the one in like South Dakota or something like that. That's the same name. That's not this one. But super rural town. Lots of people that work in the fields and stuff like that, which is fine. So working, I was doing produce at that point in time, which is good. It was a fun job. Closing the days, so like I worked down there for a week, got a free stay in a hotel, which was nice, free breakfast in the morning. They're supposed to be paying me back for my food during the rest of the day, but I don't like putting in for stuff like that, so I didn't get that, but I should have. Whatever. So go, and it's super fun. Got to visit where they make a big bunch of magic tricks in Colon, Michigan. Because I'd been there once when I was younger. Like I was like 18, I think, at that point in time. Good times, but also, it's different. But let's see what else. The reason that this reminds me of that is because on the way down, I stopped in Marshall at Dark Horse to have lunch on my way down. It was kind of fun. I mean, it's the exit that they said to get off at, more or less, to go to. Nope, still not there. So I went and I had food, and it was it was late spring, so like April-ish. Nice enough to sit outside. The inside bar was packed, so I sat out on their patio. A little bit cooler, so there wasn't a whole lot of people there. Leaves were just coming back onto the trees, but the beer was good. I think I got a t-shirt, and I think that's all I got, though. A t-shirt and some beer, I think. But it was a good time, and they would have paid for it, I'm pretty sure, at Meijer, because, it was part of my trip down there, which was nice. But the other story, the real story, what is the name of that place? Stockbridge? Stock something. Something stock. No, still not there. Anyway, while I was there, there was a guy that actually was working at that store, for that store. He's from the area. His name was Ulysses. Good kid, younger, but also, it was like a first job kind of thing, and the things were getting done, so he wasn't really super interested in learning how to do all of the stuff. So, oddly enough, Ulysses liked to wander. He'd take off from the produce section and go someplace else. I don't know where he went. Supposed to be showing him how to do things, but just off doing other stuff. I don't know if he's looking for a girl, but I thought it was really funny that his name was Ulysses and he liked to wander. It's not there, and it's not... Sturgis. That's the name of it. Sturgis. Yeah, so the Meijer in Sturgis is where I went. Actually, another weird thing about that Meijer is that there is a like a horse stall kind of thing out in the back parking lot, because there's a very large Amish community there, so that the Amish could drive their horse and buggy to there and park their horses out in the back of the parking lot, which is kind of neat. There's also a big what do you call it? A big cellular tower right there in the parking lot also. Took up a little bit of space, but also I'm sure that Meijer is getting money from the company, and they get good wireless service right there in the store, which is also super nice. But yeah, that was a good time going down there. Actually, the weird thing is that wasn't even the first time that I'd been to that place. I don't think. It might have been the second time, but I don't remember why I went there in the first place. I used to live down that direction, but but Marshall is a lot further past. Marshall is further past where I would have gone anyway, I think, if I remember right. Maybe it's like the same, but like going across, not on a highway. I think that's what it was. So it might have just been going home from my parents' house at that point in time. Ugh. It's pretty good. I like that. It's good beer. I'd have another one of those. But then it's dark, not light, not especially fruity, but there's extra flavors in there, and I like that. So yeah, pretty good beer. I like this one. Anyway, I've got a quote for you. This one is from Chuck Yeager, an airplane pilot, pretty good at it too, if I remember correctly. He said, "If you can walk away from a landing, it's a good landing. If you use the airplane the next day, it's an outstanding landing." Outstanding landing. I think what he's saying is life goes on, or it doesn't. And I like the sentiment in that, at the very least. Your life's spectacular if it just keeps going. So keep going. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can find me at tubajake_69 on Untapped, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Tell me your stories. I like to hear them. I like to tell them. So, I mean, I guess I'll see you next time when you got time for a beer.